Good Friday morning, church family. We're glad you're with us today. Pastor, you've been traveling a lot.
Yeah, welcome. Good to be back home again on this Friday. I want to say thank you for praying for us as we were in Mexico this past week, ministering to about 40 folks, 20 pastors and their wives, and just, again, some wonderful times in the Lord, individually, but also in our group sessions. I appreciated being able to serve with some from our Hispanic ministry as well. But thank you for financially making that possible. Thank you for praying for us as we were gone. But God's at work around the world, and we get to join Him in doing that. And so thank you for that. We'll talk about some other pastoral things coming up down the road too. But God's using First Baptist Church to make a kingdom difference around the world. And church, thank you for that. Well, the important part here on this Friday is Sunday is coming again.
It's coming again. It keeps on coming around. Let's talk about that. 9 a.m. That's our hour for Connect Groups. We have something for all ages, everyone in the family, from preschool all the way through adults. Small group Bible study during that hour. But it's in a smaller atmosphere, not in the larger context of our worship service, but smaller group of people that you can get to know, that you can do life with. We always encourage you to join one of those. Just come a little early, before 9, right to the steeple entrance, right to that Connect Center. Someone will get you connected this week. Immediately following that's our 10:30 a.m. worship hour. We're in a series called Unashamed. So far, I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, well, it's been a joy for me to be able to preach these series of sermons, and I'm looking forward to this Sunday. It's a challenging message for those of us as well when we think about who's coming behind us. And the title, it's important to pass the baton. When you look at Paul, here he is in prison. He's older in life, but he's investing in a young guy named Timothy, and he's equipping him for ministry. And so I pray we'll realize that for those of us who are in the quarter of life that we're in, somewhere we're going to pass the baton. We need to be investing in this next generation, being able to do that. So looking forward to the music, looking forward to every aspect on Sunday. We're going to observe the Lord's Supper together this Sunday morning and worship as well. Always significant when we take a piece of bread and a cup of juice and remember the sacrifice of Christ. That's the very thing He commanded us to do, and we're going to do that Sunday morning in our worship gathering. But we hope you'll invite somebody to be with you this Sunday. Summer's been amazing for us. You know, sometimes church attendance will go down a little bit, but it's been amazing this summer. So thank you for your faithfulness in the way you attend, the way you serve, but also in how you give, because your giving is making a difference. We couldn't do the ministries we do if we didn't give the way the Lord wanted us to. So thank you for doing that. And then those who worship with us online, you'll be able to watch the message, Go the Extra Mile. I promise you need encouragement. Somebody in your life needs encouragement. And sometimes it's easy, but sometimes we have to go the extra mile. Amen. And I pray that we'll do that together. So in person or online, we thank the Lord for you, the way you worship with us. That is wonderful. Also, July 14th through the 18th coming up is Kids Music Camp.
That's right. You don't want to miss that. The musical presentation for that will be on July the 19th. fbct.org/music camp. All the information is there. You can get signed up today. I know VBS is now over. People are kind of looking ahead to maybe what's next. That's always a big week for us. We love spending time with the kids and teaching them music and then watching them do that musical presentation. Bring it all together on July 19th is a blessing for us.
It's always inspiring to watch the presentation. They do such an incredible job of that. So thank you for leading out in that and your team, and it's always a great joy for us. Talking about kids, July 24th through the 27th, going up to Kentucky, an incredible camp, a lot of activities, a lot of fun things happen up there, but some spiritual things happen up there as well in the lives of kids. But kids camp, and kids can still sign up for that.
That's right. When Braxton, my son, was young, coming through that age group, I went to camp and was a camp counselor there with him. That place is a beautiful place. So if you've not got on the list to get to that camp, look at fbct.org/kids camp. It'll be a beautiful camp. Lots of great worship services there. They have ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. I've had the ice cream. It's good.
And they have ice cream.
Ice cream.
And ice cream.
And then they have
so you don't want to miss ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream is good. They also have worship services at night. They have a camp pastor. I'm pretty sure he eats ice cream too. And then they have music and all that too. But it's just a lot of fun. Miss Tabitha does a great job. There's some other adults who go as well. And we appreciate them giving up those days to go to. Sometimes it's hot during that time of the year, but to go and have fun and invest in the lives of kids here at First Baptist Church. Talking about kids, now we're making a transition to Adult Legacy VBS coming up August the 4th through the 6th.
Well, you think about kids and you think about the energy of kids, you think about how much fun they have. I've been to this Legacy VBS, and they have a lot of fun there too. You can get signed up there, fbct.org/LegacyVBS. That's for 55 and over. Get signed up for that. I'm not sure exactly everything that's going on there this year, but every year it's a little bit different. They do a few different breakout things together, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think I've heard there'll be some music, there'll be a Bible study, there'll be some breakout sessions, there'll be maybe some games and some snacks for sure, because if we're going to get together, somebody's going to eat something, right. And so we'll be able to do that. But that's always, you'll see more information on our website, as John Mark said. But August 4th, 5th, and 6th, it'll be a great time for our Legacy folks here. Also want to encourage you to pray for our student ministry. We've got a group of students going to Orlando, Florida, here in just in a few days to Student Leadership University 101. We have students who go to 101, which is in Florida, 201 in Washington, D.C., 301, which is in Europe, and then 401 is either the Journeys of Paul or Israel.
Wow.
And Mary Morgan Chambers, interesting enough, from our church, just finished 401 here a couple of weeks ago, the Journeys of Paul. It was an incredible trip for her and her mom, and so she went through all the programs of that. But Cole and Kennedy and some other leaders are going to be taking students to Orlando here in just in a few days. So you encourage, pray for them as we're seeking to invest in leaders. We're talking about passing the baton. Here's a great opportunity for us to do that. We're training them to be leaders, servant leaders, and so pray for them as they go to Orlando here soon. Well, as we worship on this Friday, here's a great song talking about this is our God.
That's right. This is who he is. He loves us. Let's turn our hearts and minds now to Jesus and sing together, and we pray to see all of you on Sunday.
Remember those walls that we called sin and shame? They were like prisons that we couldn't escape. But he came and he died and he rose. But those walls are rubble now. Remember those giants we called death and grave? Like mountains that stood in our way, but he came and he died and he rose. Those giants are dead now. This is our God, this is who he is. He loves us. This is our God, this is what he does. He saves us. He bore the cross. is what he does. He saves us. He bore the cross, beat the grave. Let heaven and earth proclaim this is our